Keeping secrets. I focused all my concentration on my fingers. Slowly, I opened the oven. Yes, it worked. After much ado, the cake had finally risen. Behind me, my kid jumped for joy. 2 hours left. I checked the time and got ready for the next step. See, today's my wife's birthday. I was planning to buy a cake for her. But then my kid looked at me and said, "Can't we bake one?" Bake one? Starting now? Mama's gonna be home by evening, you know. My kid looked up at me, tears in her eyes. Oh, stop that. I hate when she does that. We didn't have time and we didn't have ingredients. Well, not for anything fancy anyway. I looked at my kid again. That was a mistake. Just a glance was enough to make me feel guilty. Crap. Fine, but it's gotta be simple. That okay? My kid's face lit up and she hugged me hard. "I love you, Papa," she said. Oh, geez. Who could say no to that cute face? Cake baking it was. So, the two of us got started. I let my kid help with the batter. "Do you think Mama will like it?" she asked as she stirred. "She will, I'm sure of it." "Are you sure, she asked, looking happy, even though the cake wasn't near ready. Okay, now to bake it. I slid the cake tray into the oven. This'll make it fluffy and soft. Fluffy cake, my kid sang. But the cake that came out of the oven wasn't fluffy. My kid stared at it in confusion. What happened? What had happened? It was actually kind of hard. I hadn't measured anything wrong. I looked at my kid. "I messed up," she said. Tears filled her eyes. The not-so-fluffy cake must have shocked her. I'm such an idiot. I can't let my precious kid be sad. Trying hard to sound natural, I spoke up. "Okay, now we can get down to business. Practice time is over. Next is the real cake." I glanced at my kid. How'd I do? Did it work? "Oh, it was just practice," she said, looking relieved. "Good." Dodged that arrow. I looked back over the recipe. To get it right, I should do it myself. But then it wouldn't be a present from both of us. I decided to let my kid help again, and we got started. Maybe it was because the butter was cold. This time, I melted it first before adding it in. I thought back over where we might have messed up. Why had it gone stiff? I heard my kid say, "I'll stir it." Aha! That was it. My kid had stirred instead of folding the batter and done it too much. I taught my kid how to fold the mixture, and into the oven it went. Please, please work this time. I slowly opened the oven. Yes, success! The cake was just as it should be. Behind me, my kid was dancing around. Now to frost and decorate. I made the frosting while the cake cooled. We had 2 hours left. It probably won't have chilled completely, but she'll just have to forgive me for that. Once the cake had cooled enough, I let my kid stir the frosting. Ta-da! Strawberries! I brought out the strawberries from the fridge. We can put these on top. Ooh, that's lavish, my kid said. Where the heck did they learn lavish? I thought that over while I frosted the cake. Frosting, frosting, my kid sang, twirling in circles. That's when it happened. Losing her balance, she tottered over, her hands swinging towards the cake. And what's worse, that's when Mama came home.
"I'm home. Sorry I'm late."
She asked what happened, so I told her about the gift.
"A birthday cake? For me? Oh, that's today, isn't it?"
She sounded surprised. What the heck? Did she forget her own birthday? Sorry about the cake. My kid looked down, guilty tears in her eyes. The smushed bits of the cake sat forlornly on the table. But my wife walked up, cut a small piece, and put it on a plate. She took a bite.
This is really good. Thanks for making it for me."
My kid said, "We messed it up, but it's still okay." She laughed. It isn't messed up. It's full of love. I ruffled my wife's hair and said thanks. We worked together and fixed the cake as best we could, then cut it into pieces. We even put strawberries on top. Dig in! We sang happy birthday and ate the cake.
That was good.
I looked over at my wife. Was it me, or were there tears in her eyes? Glad you liked it. I looked over at my kid. For some reason, she started crying too. Today's supposed to be a happy day, I said. My wife smiled. They're happy tears. Ah, I looked at her and my kid. Thanks to them, I had a great life. The end.